Hey guys, what's happening? It's your buddies Thor and Dude Man, and I'm just checking back in again to do a quick follow up to my other video that was, I think it was titled Check In Chat, I think is what it was. And in the check in chat, I won't go back through everything just because obviously there was something I said in there that the YouTube censors deemed, they called it medical misinformation, right? And what they say is anything that doesn't go along with what the WHO says, you're not allowed to say. And that is the communist censorship that we are dealing with in this America, okay? And just for the censors, I am the living individual. I am not a U.S. citizen. I am an American national. I am an Ohioan. And my allegiance is to Ohio, the state, the land, the nation of America, not to the corporate United States. Let that be on record everywhere that I speak. So they censored and shut down my video because my video, I think what happened was I was mentioning, and I'm going to try to use some words here so you'll know what I'm saying, but so that people that might have missed that video, sorry, I'm just going to change the lighting a little bit here. People that might have missed my video will understand what I was talking about. So I have a good friend of mine, his wife went into the building where you go for emergencies and help, the hospital. She works at one hospital. She's a nurse, and she went into a different hospital because there was a problem with her pregnancy. She had a tear in the womb, and she was scheduled for surgery. Upon arriving to the hospital, they wanted to test her, and she refused, okay? You don't have to accept all the offers of treatment. You just get the treatments you need and you want. That is your right. So, because she would not go along with what they were trying to tell her to do, they took her off the scheduled surgery. They refused her service, left her in the room with her husband, and let her sit there for a day and a half. She stayed there for a day and a half until the water finally broke. The womb finally completely breached and broke, and they lost the baby. They refused her treatment, and she lost the baby. So, I'm not sure. Again, I'm not sure which part of what I was talking about ended up being seemed as censoring, a need to censor on this awful platform. But it's very important. If there's one thing we learn from this, it's very important that we make plans ahead of time. Okay? Because their policy, they cannot refuse you service, right? And if they're trying to make you an offer, which they are, they're offering you some other type of treatment, you need to have a plan on, ahead of time how to refuse their offer for certain services you don't want. And if you set all that up ahead of time, and make sure you cut through all the red tape ahead of time so that you're not sitting around if there is an emergency. It's incredibly disheartening and unfortunate that this happened. It is obviously disgustingly communist that this happened. They're more interested in forcing you to do things than their Hippocratic oath of trying to preserve a human's life, and they chose to let that life expire rather than to do the right thing. So that was one of the main things I talked about in my other, I went for 45 minutes, so it was a long chat, and the other thing is that we have to be real careful in what we run off with, as far as what we hear, and then we start telling other people that this is what I heard, and this is the truth, and this is what I heard, and that's the truth. Just because you hear something doesn't make it the truth. We all know that, because we're told things all the time that we find out later simply aren't the truth. However, it's important that we don't go spread misinformation accidentally either, by running out there and just saying things that aren't necessarily the truth. I had a good conversation with a friend of mine yesterday, and she was asking me, what do I think about this whole shedding thing? And I told her it sounds like another fantastical story without any data to back it up. Like, I have not seen anything that really says that this is occurring and that this is affecting people. Not to say that, again, that it's absolutely impossible, but from what I know is you have to consent to be harmed. So if you don't consent to be harmed, they can't harm you, Now, that doesn't mean that they don't corrupt the air. And there's a certain level that they're allowed to do, but if you use your opportunities to detox your body, if they spray the skies, and you can detox your body. They, put stuff in the water, you can distill your water and you can detox the body. If they are putting food out there, you don't have to eat their food. You can grow your own food and then detox the body. Like, there are ways that you can clean your system of this stuff. I don't think there's anything that they can do that will alter the state that God put your body in without your consent. The way this whole thing is working is people are demanding to have this JAB, and people are going for it. They are the misguided. So we have to stay strong and just stay vigilant. That's kind of why I'm moving down to Huntington Beach, is because, or out Orange County in general. I guess I haven't got a place yet. I don't know. But I'm being led to move down there to Orange County, because that's where the rest of the Healthy Americans are. And, a good portion of them, and they're all over the country and in the world for that matter. But, I'm trying to move where there's other people that I can be of service to, that want to have somebody who doesn't wear a mask providing their service. And I want to have people that I help that are not wearing masks and that want, my services mask free. It's very uncomfortable when I'm around somebody wearing a mask. One, I'm hearing impaired, so it's really hard for me to understand what they're saying. It's exhausting. By the time I get done talking to somebody with a mask, I'm just over it, and, so I'm going to move down there, and, and I just, like I said, I really feel for my friend, and, and I appreciate, Peggy Hall from the HealthyAmerican.org. If you haven't been over there yet, go on over there, sign up for a newsletter, just stay in touch. I work more on the common law side, natural law side, and that's what I've invested most of my time in. I'm going to keep doing that. And she's dug, real deep into the legality, the statutes and codes and policies and stuff like that, which I think is very valuable. Until we have another option, that is the option that we have immediately in front of us, is to fight fire with fire, use their own stuff against them. And it's not really against them, but to use their own stuff to protect ourselves. I think that's a better way to put it, because we're not trying to do anything to anybody else. We're simply trying to get them to stop discriminating against us and stop harming us, stop refusing service to us because we choose not to receive certain treatments from them. So I think, we got into this conversation about this shedding thing. To me, it sounds like another fantastical story to divide people. I mean, I have friends of mine who I have seen behave erratically around somebody who has gotten the what. And they'll be frightened. They'll be like, hey, don't sit next to me. You're going to get that all over me. So it's what a great little addition to divide people even more by saying that the people that did opt for it are now going to be able to, spread their cooties to you, even though you don't want it. I don't believe it. I don't buy it. I don't think it's true. I don't see anything that's, anything that says it's true. Again, I'm not saying it's 100% not true, but I really don't think so. I don't think that, even if you did get something inside of you, I don't think it would be enough to alter your natural state. I think you have to opt to be penetrated in order to have that happen. And that's not going to happen here. So I think it's very important people focus on eliminating their sugar, eliminating their bad habits, things that are toxic. If it's not pure water, distilled preferably, you can, you get your minerals from plants. You don't eat inorganic minerals from water. You get your minerals from plants. So eat the plants you need to get your minerals from. Distill your water so you have pure water. And have plenty on hand. You should be drinking a gallon of water a day. If you're not drinking a gallon of water a day, you're probably not drinking enough. So when I get set up in my new place, I'll have a little bit better setup. I'll be able to have Dude Man up with me all the time. Right now, things are just hectic. My room is a mess because I'm just pulling things out and starting to go through stuff and get ready to move. But I think it's important that I continue to check in and let everybody know that you're not alone. You're not alone. This is a tricky time. Don't think for a minute that this thing is settling down. People who think that we're going back to business as usual, don't even get complacent like that. You're going to be, one, horribly disappointed, and two, you're going to be caught off guard again. When flu season hits again, this thing is going full retard. Once again, it is going full retard. Okay? Let's see if I get censored for saying retard. Because they already have a great handle on people. I know that there's people that really enjoy wearing the mask. These people like to isolate anyway, so they get to hide behind a mask when they go out in public. It's awful. I see kids that are still wearing the mask because for some reason, there are some that feel like they're afraid. And then there's others that just feel like it's the new Nikes, you know what I mean? It's the new coolest thing to do is to wear a mask. If you're not wearing a mask, then you're not doing your part. So it's important for us to stay vigilant and to let them know there's no reason to wear a mask. It's ridiculous to wear a mask. And I refuse to do it. So we'll see too. Maybe I said too much there. So it's real tough to say what's on your mind without the censor monsters coming to get you. I might have to start doing this thing on Brighteon, like a lot of other people have, because it is ridiculous. We went for a hike in the mountains today, and it's funny when the temperature gets above 70, every out of shape snowflake in LA suddenly is a dog expert. My dog's panting. They're like, that poor thing, get him some water. Oh my gosh, that poor baby. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, he pants the same way. I'm sweating. How come you're not worried about me? I'm sweating. And just because the dog pants doesn't mean that he's overheated. Okay, that's just how he cools himself down. He's supposed to pant. If he wasn't panting, we wouldn't be exercising. So most people don't know how to exercise their dog, and that's why they keep lowering the age of senior dogs. Now they're down to, I think, 7. 7 is considered a senior dog. Dogs can live to 20 easy, but they keep lowering it more and more because people are out of shape and unhealthy at an all-time high. So they just keep lowering the age of senior dogs. That way people don't realize that they're the problem. It's the human that's the problem, not the dog. The dog's okay. We need to stop cutting the balls off of our dogs. Okay. Stop ripping the ovaries out of the dogs. They need to remain intact because those are hormone producers. And if they don't have those, then they're going to be hormonally deficient. I need to do a whole show just on that. If you want to, listen to a great doctor, go listen to Dr. Karen Becker. She is associated with Mercola. I don't agree with everything Mercola says, but if you listen to Dr. Karen Becker in her neutering testimonial, she starts crying in it. She's very honest. I like her because she is very honest. She seems like a very honest gal that does great work, and she's just been identified as a good soul and snatched up by the Mercola Corporation. So she often reads off cue cards to sell certain things. But there are other times when you can hear her speaking from the heart, and she's very honest. And Neutering It is one of those very big shows that she did where you can tell just genuinely this is her experience. There is no cue card. She is telling you what she thinks, and she says, stop doing that to your dog. You can get a vasectomy or tie the tubes if you really need to, but 9 times out of 10, you don't need to. So we need to stop doing that to our dogs. I can't wait to get moved and get settled into a new place. It's been a little bit hectic here. We need to stop the fear about the whole shedding thing. Just stop the fear. Okay. Don't worry about that. You just worry about your health. Worry about stretching every day and drinking your water and eating right. If you stretch every day, you're going to give a little bit of room in those joints of your body. And arthritis is simply a fancy word for inflammation of the joint. So I know so many people that aren't exercising because they say they're waiting on a hip replacement or waiting on a knee replacement in order to do their exercise. Yet they can walk down to Home Depot or walk to Dairy Queen. If you can walk, you can do your exercises. Plain and simple. There's no excuses. If you want to get out of pain with arthritis, give me a call. Okay. Call me 310-428-6644. Give me a call. I can help you with that immediately. Okay. That is my expertise. I am a health practitioner, which is why I talk about health on here. My clients, you go to my website, rehabtraining.org, REHAB training, TRANING. I think I spelled it right. .org, rehabtraining.org. Go look at some of the testimonials. Okay. I have doctors that send me their patients because they trust me. I have doctors that are my patients. They trust me, and you can trust me too. So, and what's bizarre is I had 98% of my clientele disappear overnight. People that worked with me for years, people that took me to their doctors to talk to them about what we should do with their health. Should we do a surgery? Should we not do a surgery? I actually go with people sometimes, I'm trying to be of service as much as I can to keep people healthy. And these people that trusted me with their bodies and with their lives, suddenly I was overridden by the media and Dr. Fauci, these different things. It's like, what? So that's another reason I'm moving down to Orange County. I'm trying to get new people who are like-minded to be able to start building a new life down there because I'm in the wrong area. And as much as I want to be a beacon of light, you can't hold back the waves of the ocean with a 2x4. You just can't. So I'm mobile. I'm available to travel anywhere if somebody needs help. But my home base, I'm going to move a little bit further south now. And, just keep doing my thing with Dude Man. Somebody had commented also, that poor baby looks tired. We were practicing stairs on my last video. And he's not tired. If he's panting, he's just sweating like I am. Yeah. Again, feel free to give me a call or email me. You can email me at thetruthor, THETRU, no E, Thor, THOR @gmail.com. Send me an email. Let me know, open the line of communication. If there's anybody that have not checked out my friend Sorry, I was just putting in, my computer went to sleep, just putting in the password. If anybody's not checked out my friend Matt over at Quantum of Conscience, I want to really encourage healthy Americans to go visit his channel too. Okay. He was somebody that really kind of helped me get started. And he's got a lot of great insight. You know, one thing that I watched earlier today was just being careful of getting caught up in the debates over the holiday weekends. You know, when you're going to meet with all these friends, and he calls getting the renting a movie. So are you going to rent a movie? Are you going to rent? No, I'm not going to rent a movie. So I really like that. I like the way that code really works well. So we know what we're talking about. Instead of calling it what it is, we'll call it, I'm not getting the movie rental. Matt's a really good guy, and he got some great insight. Like, you know, I'll disappear for a while and then I'll listen to one of his shows, and I wouldn't even call it a show, one of his experience revelations. And, you know, and he was talking about when you get together with people, don't sound like the crazy lunatic. And I think that's so important too. I think it's important to take a deep breath, talk at this level. Don't get all riled up. Don't try to match them on their level. You know, they want to panic everything. They want to fight. Don't do that. You be the calm, sensible one. It's really important, because if your message isn't received, then there's no point in talking. There's just no point in having a discussion if your message is not going to be received. So keep your wits about you and make sure that the message is received the way it should be. And I think if you're calm and you talk about, you know, if they say, "Oh, did you get the movie rental?" And be like, "I'm not going to get the movie rental." Well, why not? We need to get enough people in order for this herd immunity, you know. I think it's important, you know, that you just say, "Well, it's not for me." If somebody seems to be genuinely interested in why, then sure, just gently ease into, well, there's not enough known about it. You know, some of the basic conversations, don't just jump straight into like conspiratorial talk, or you're going to turn them off immediately. And then they're going to think you're just a lunatic. So I think it's real important to ease into it. Just, you know, talk about, hey, there's not enough known about it, you know, and I have great immunity myself. I'm healthy. I don't eat lots of sugar, you know, those types of things. I get tons of sun. If you're getting lots of sun and magnesium and you cut out the sugar, you're going to be all right. You know, when you exercise and you sweat, that's detoxing your body. If you're not sweating every day, you're not detoxing appropriately. We were meant to sweat every day, period. Because we used to be hunters and gatherers. So, well, listen, I'm going to wrap this one up shortly just because I'm recording and the battery's telling me it's about to go. So I don't want to get cut off. I just wanted to revisit and just keep my friend in your prayers. I won't say his name, but just pray for the unknown friend who lost his son, and his wife, of course, who lost his son, the whole family. You know, there's other kids too. And make sure you prepare. If you're having a baby or something like that, make some sort of preparation with an emergency facility where you're going to be able to navigate that. Don't wait till the time comes and then go in there and try to haggle with these people, because they're not there to help you. They're there to help the policy, and the policy is to support the communist agenda. So hopefully this one will stay up. Hopefully I didn't say anything that would get me fired again, canceled again. And I really look forward to catching up with everybody soon. Okay. All right. Put your thinking caps on. I'll see you in a bit.